It all began in 2022. Books being ripped off of the shelves and taken off of lesson plans. Books that teach students about real-world problems that are only becoming more frequent. Books that used to be taught or available in the libraries are now deemed as inappropriate for young audiences by parents and the American Library Association. Some of the banned books include The Hate You Give, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Catcher in the Rye, Lord of the Flies, Of Mice and Men, and The Handmaid's Tale. These books have themes of racism, police brutality, sexuality, and misogyny. These themes, along with the sexually explicit content and vulgarity of these books, have gotten them banned. They were once available for high school students to read, so are they really too young to read it? Books with content that include violence are often banned or censored. Some books have also been deemed too negative or depressing and have been banned or censored as well, according to Butler University. It's true, yes, these books do have violent sexual and derogatory scenes. Most of them also include slurs aimed towards the African American community. They are darker topics, but I believe that students should be allowed to read these. They include real-world instances and language that was used quite often back in the 1900s when they were written. I feel that if a student wants to read them and learn the message or plot behind them, then they should be allowed to. For example, the book Of Mice and Men speaks on what life was like during the Great Depression. It was a time of struggle for many Americans, and while this book does have violent scenes, it still depicts the nature of the world at that time. We learn about the Great Depression in history class in high school, and in my opinion, we dive a lot deeper into the dark and crazy reality of time back then in history class than what happens in these books. People knew how hard it was for Americans and how many even died from not being able to provide food and shelter for them and their families. And there were a lot of people that even took their own lives. The themes in the book may be dark, but people need to realize the reality was darker during that time. Edgar Allan Poe wrote many poems. His story, The Black Cat, was about him being an alcoholic and torturing and killing his cat. It's a purely fictional story that we still read in English class today. Poe has a lot of dark literature that is still taught today, but stories about real-life problems are getting banned from schools?
Wonder, creativity, inspiration, and excitement. That's graphic design, and that's what this lab entails. Graphic design gives its students unlimited possibility, and if the lessons get tiring, it's easy to switch gears and truck on. You will receive certifications like YouTube certifications, Facebook certifications, and Google certifications. For more information, visit tricounty.cc graphic design.
The Early Childhood Education Program at Tri-County Career Center in Nelsonville, Ohio opens up the opportunity for many high school juniors and seniors that seek to pursue a career in child education. Students of the program are able to get hands-on experience, training in the on-site Early Learning Center, and by senior year are able to get an internship in surrounding daycare centers. For more information, go to the Tri-County website, tricounty.cc, and find the program page.
I can understand how some parents may look at the language and the racism and all of the different topics in these books and not want their teens to be reading it. But that sparks a question. Do they have unlimited access to the internet? Chances are the answer is yes, and if that's the case, they will see a lot more inappropriate content online than what is in the books. Our research tells us as children become more active online, it's more likely that they'll see something inappropriate, according to Internet Matters. On the internet, teens can easily find free sexually explicit content, cuss words, dark topics, gory videos, and much more. There are very few teens in modern day that haven't seen content like this or even participate in it. Some teenagers also have a more mature mindset and can handle reading books like these and may actually enjoy them. We shouldn't just ban them because some parents may get offended by it or not want their kids reading the books. And if you don't want your kids reading the books, that is a conversation between you and your children. You should not get them banned for all students to just not be able to read and enjoy them. As a teenager, I've read many books that may be deemed inappropriate for teens because of the language or the dark themes, and personally, I've learned a lot from them. While violence and racism is prominent in these books, it also shares facts about history. Personally, reading these books made me feel sympathetic for the people who endured these things. Reading them did not make me offended at what language was used back then or the themes of them. I was not offended or felt that if they were able to talk like this, then I should be able to go out and talk like this as well. It made me really understand how hard life was for people of color, women, everybody back then. And it made me really sympathetic. And if I could go back and read all of those books again for the first time and experience all of that for the first time again, I definitely would. And some teens just enjoy reading, and restricting their ability to do so just isn't okay. Those dark themes can spark interest in some, and just because they read about it does not mean they're going to adapt these ideologies. And if that's something as a parent that you're scared about, then teach them about it, because chances are, if they're in high school, they already know about what racism was like back in the day, and they know about segregation and slavery, and they know about misogyny and how women couldn't vote until the amendment came along. They know all of this from history class, and they know how much it affected people back then and how hurtful it was. And so chances are, if they are reading a book that includes a lot of racism and misogyny, they're not doing it to learn that. They're doing it to learn about the history that was back then and to become more sympathetic with those people, or learn stories that may not have actually happened, but they are 100% possible. If a teen wants to explore the sinister reality of the 1900s, we should let them. Let them have that freedom, because after all, they've probably already heard everything in these books at some point in their life.